but Sven just comes online a little bit faster, and the way he farms, if you make enough stacks for him, this looks like a scary game for Morph.
But it's a big Morphling game with the Axe. You can come sanking for the stun, the Willow for, you know, the pew 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 pew. Like, yeah.
That's true, yeah. The Willow Axe is...
Do you actually still build Axe on Morphling though? Like, I haven't seen
if you
that.
have a good excuse, I think it's worthwhile, and Willow is one of those
I think mid one Sven, so it kind of leaves the 3 last heroes, and Topson doesn't play anything else than Tiny and Dark Willow from those, and I would assume it's not a Dark Willow core, so it's Tiny. So yeah, sorry.
That's all I needed to know. If it was as simple from here as it was for you, then that works for me. As we will jump now into game number 1, a long-awaited matchup. Let's see how these two teams face off as we pass it over to our casters.
You're not going anywhere.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to OG versus NIGMA. I'm ODPixel here with Fogged, ready to go.
Well, I can just scrape away the heroes, and then we just put up the team names, right?
Sure. Yeah, just regardless of what these two teams pick.
Yeah, don't care about the hero picks. I think it's... We know what these teams like to play, especially when they're playing versus each other. It's going to be battling. And I think we got a lot of battling heroes, too, especially on the side of OG for the early game. Lots of stuns, Tops and Tiny more than likely, a lot of aggression. Yeah, this should be fun. Yeah. This should be real fun. And
coming into it, I mean, from what we've seen so far from the teams, would you consider one of the teams in a better place right now from what you've seen in this Omega League?
I don't know. I feel like it's just, they're kind of like, sometimes they just pop off like on one side, sometimes they don't. I feel like I'd say they're kind of evenly. Maybe I'd give OG a little bit of a margin over, just because I feel like for NIGMA, they're a bit more limited on the heroes that they just like straight up win on. It's like Miracle anti-mage, Miracle on his super hard carrier, Weeha on his select few heroes. While OG, I feel like they've got a little bit more of a plethora of strategies and stuff that they can play around here.
Sure.
But I think it's still just super evenly matched up. This one, though, I'm looking at OG. I like their early game aggression that they've got going on here. I do feel like NIGMA, they're more about coming in after the laning phase in particular, right? Morphling and Darkseer, these two heroes, they take some time to really ramp up and start getting that power in the mid game. So I think that's the biggest thing that I'd be pretty much looking at, is OG just playing very hyper aggressive in the early stages. And we're seeing already with their stances in the lanes, look at the way that NIGMA's, you know, just posing themselves. They show the clockwork, but he knows he can't contest for bounties. Morphling, same thing. It's going to be 3 runes for OG at the start here.
All right, yeah, there we go. I mean, yeah, looking at this lane setup, GH on the support Rubik up with Mind Control Darkseer at the top. We are on his signature Wind Ranger here in the mid lane, and we'll be playing that matchup into the Tops and Tiny.
Instant D-ward there for Saksa. So this is going to open up a little bit of maybe some fear into Weeha, just like, oh god, if this guy like rotates from around the side here, as we do see, like OG is one of those teams that they do like to rotate maybe a bit early on toward the mid. We'll see how this matchup ends up going here for Topson.
Yeah, and then obviously that leaves down the bottom lane. You've got this lane of the Morph supported by the Clock, dealing with the Willow and the Seb Sanking.
Looks like you could get a lot of pressure onto him as this Morphling. So one thing that Willow does provide you in laning is that very quick attack speed, and you're always able to get that quick harassment there. Armin, he can soak some of the pressure, but he can be at risk of dying too. But that's kind of his job, is to eat the spells, as if he does walk up too far, eats a stun, eats a bramble, then it'll give Miracle some space to farm. But this doesn't look like a very fun lane for Miracle at the first few levels whatsoever.
No, for sure. He's got to be careful how much Agi he's in.
Yeah. So I do think, OG, they drafted themselves with 3 very strong lanes, and like we said, NIGMA, they're going to have to need some time to be able to build up the power here. Darkseer versus the Sven can be a little annoying, but there's an IO backing him up. Sven should be able to farm just fine here with that extra sustain.
Yeah,
see if they get the side pulls off here. It looks like they did.
And the blocks right here, so...
Yeah, very beneficial there for NIGMA, and they're going to try to be pushed off there by OG, be able to secure at least the last hit on there on that Wild Wing. And GH actually getting very heavily body blocked by the 2 level 2s there, as they're supposed to level 1. Does have to watch how he trades versus that overcharge tether.
At bottom lane again, we're seeing the harassment onto Miracle, bringing him pretty low.
Like this by RMN. Actually, like going for the cogs level 1. He's just going strictly for mana burn, pushing them away so that Miracle can actually walk up and farm. Still struggling though. It's just he's very low ranged. Every time he walks up, he's going to get hit by Saksa, and he's at risk of getting stunned immediately by Seb. So he has to keep himself at a good health margin too. Wait for him to protect his salve there.
Yeah, he's got some no qualms with using it for that.
Yeah.
He's not going to be using it aggressively in this lane.
Has Seb skilled up that second skill point yet? I don't believe so. I think he's holding just in case. More than likely the Sandstorm. But don't want to get the caustic. You don't want to push the wave constantly into the morph. You want to be able to somehow pull the lane back a bit here. Top, they're getting aggressive.
Yep, he had the point saved. Yeah, skills into Surge. And mind control. Able to break away from this, and yeah, between the carries, I'm sure, you know, pressure's definitely there on Miracle down bottom. He's only a few CS behind mid one Sven.
Yeah, he's doing pretty decent.
Yeah.
Out of regen though, and I think RMN is also pretty low on regen too, and that's what you'd kind of expect out of these, you know, this heavy harassment that's coming out from the Sanking Willow dual lane.
I mean, just, if you look sort of across the board, it's super close here on these first waves. No lane really coming out massively on top. Nobody yet to fall top lane.
Mid one low.
Maybe in trouble. The Iron Shell and the Surge forward. They've got the control of the telekinesis. The Iron Shell's burning him down. He's going to pop the Fairy Fire. Mind control.
He goes
and
down?
GH, they've got the right clicks.
Wow. That's a bit surprising too, and it's just a Darkseer with the level 1 Ion Shell. They didn't have the sustain to keep the Sven up. I guess he was just too low initially that they could get that little bit of extra touches on him. Not how I expected that lane to go out at the start here. Even though Rubik, he does provide a lot of that harassment, I didn't think the IO was going to be able to keep that sustain for the Sven going. So I think for NIGMA, that's a really strong start.
That is what you sound like.
And we're going to see constant, you know, side pulls coming out here. Team's trying to maximize, pull the lane back in particular, and makes it even more awkward there for poor Miracle, as he can't really walk up to contest this at risk of all these double disables.
Yeah, looking at the continuation of the mid lane, it's stayed pretty even here between Thompson and
he
VIR.
gets a courier though.
That will give him a nice little bit of a gold bonus.
And he...
And RMN's going to stop Thompson from getting the rune. Okay. As he's in, they do get the setup for the shackles. If they got enough damage, they're actually going to still let Thompson bottle the rune. So Thompson, he's going to be quite happy with that. I think when RMN showed up, you sort of expect, oh, I'm not going to get the rune, but Thompson was actually able to still walk in and get the bottle refill.
A little bit of a mistake there from NIGMA, not actually prioritizing the rune.
Yeah, just more focused on trying to threaten the life of Thompson, but not having the damage to do so. So Thompson, he's going to be able to stay in the lane, despite that move from RMN.
Does need to bring out a little bit more regen though for himself if you just want to stick around here. Power shots are adding up. Weehaw, as we see every time, raindrop, you're playing versus Tiny. And always be seeing that picked up on a lot of different heroes here too, especially on the other lanes, because Tiny's going to start roaming pretty early on. You know the way Thompson plays. So there we go. Bounty rune's coming out. He's going to make his first aggressive move.
Yeah, he's able to pick up the bounty rune, get the free rebottle, and they'll get the kill as well as the combo comes in onto RMN.
Every time I see this Thompson Tiny, I just, you know, you think of TI, and it's just like, you think of True Sight, and it's just like, well, time to go start killing again, right? Especially once he starts getting low in that middle lane, if he can see any type of runes that he can make rotations for. Weehaw, he's going to do a similar move, though. He's actually going up top. He's got that level 6. He's got that focus fire.
Let's see what he can do. They're going to get aggressive. Mid one and No-Tail trying to lead it onto mind control, but now there's the turn. We are focusing straight away onto No-Tail with the focus
he's
fire.
juking him in the fog.
He's juking it nicely. We cannot quite find him, as No-Tail and mid one are able to keep themselves both alive. Power shot off the mark. OG will be able to avoid that movement from the Wind Ranger.
Nicely done there. Looks like, where's Thompson heading actually here? Okay, he's putting a ward down to be able to watch up top here. And like we said, time to start killing again, right? So immediately looking for moves. They have both river wards to be able to watch any type of runes here.
Mind control.
Being chased down here.
I mean,
CD as well.
Yeah, he's going to go down.
Definitely dead.
Caught out there trying to drag and play around with the creeps. They just run straight at him, get themselves the kill.
The tips come out, the taunts start beginning.
Thompson in mid.
They're maybe going to go for a toss back here.
If they can sort of get the hold on Weehaw, they are going to have that combo.
It's only a level 2 toss back, so the range is not as insane as it once was. They're trying for it. Weehaw's playing careful. They're actually just going to do it right on the spot.
I mean, holding him in the brambles. It's going to be a decent amount of damage. Thompson, is he going to try and dive Yes, he is. The win run is about to come to an end. Weehard tries to turn with the shackle, won't find the connection, doesn't matter. Weehard's actually going to think about turning. Gets the power shot out into Topson. Ironman's in with the DP, but not quite quick enough to control that Tiny and punish Topson's dive.
Diving towers this early as Tiny is a little bit scary. Like, he's got 0 armor because he doesn't have the grow at the moment, so that tower does start hitting you very hard. Same thing with the focus fire. So he has to play a little careful, but he's still trying to stake around the area. He's trying to get the combo if Weehard does back. Won't be successful.
Yeah, you can see Weehard so just playing it super safe. He had that sort of half HP, half mana, doesn't take the risk of walking back to base, TP straight back to the fountain to avoid being caught out. Because he knows that he knows Topson's going to be hunting him.
Very smart move there. He knows the style. Yeah. He knows what he's playing against. Arcane Ring, we see being picked up there for Topson. One of, I think it's personally the best item you can actually find on this hero. On the Tiny, gives you that armor needed if you want to go for maxing your combo early, and you get, of course, the usage plus some extra. And 1k gold lead off of these first 7 minutes. I think that's probably where OG would want to be. Maybe a little bit slightly more because of that top lane. I do think they're in a comfortable spot. Topson needs a power shot, but he's fine. Runes will be coming out in the next 8 seconds or so. We see NIGMA is double checking the runes here now with both supports.
Now this time they should be able to pick it up before anyone heads over.
Yep, and it's haste. Very nice. We are zooming down there, but as top, a rotation from Saksa.
They're able to close the gap onto the Darkseer. Mind control down again.
Oh, it's so nice playing Willow when you have these so many different setups. Sometimes you see this hero can look very mediocre just because, you know, you miss your Bramble. But he's got a Sven stun, he's got Tiny stun, he's got Sanking stun. Any lane he goes to, he can easily set up those type of kills. So Saksa having a pretty successful rotation there and setting up that Sven for success. Didn't see if they have any stacks going for them just yet.
But he's just straight up dead. Oh, damn, Saksa just comes in with the Shadow Realm hit and Weehard weren't ready for it.
I wasn't ready for it either.
I mean, he was playing around low HP. He just didn't expect Saksa to come out from the high ground in the shadows like that, and that hit just enough.
It's almost a level 6 Willow too, so it's that level 3 Shadow Realm. That damage is, it's a big punch that he packs. Very heads-up play there from OG. Armen trying to soak some XP in mid lane in the meantime. But yeah, a very, very solid start. Look, they're collapsing on this. Even Seb is running over.
The combo. There's going to be relocated as well. OG's just bringing everybody over towards the mid lane as they kill them both off. As soon as Weehard's back in action, he's taken out. And OG now with a 5 of them, they're going to look to take this tier 1 tower at the pre-10 minute mark, and there's nothing that NIGMA can do really to stop it if OG want to continue to push. They're starting to form from the side. Let's see what they can do to fight Topson. He's just running in at them. He's looking over towards GH. The Bramble Maze won't catch him, but Seb it is able to find him with the Burrow Strike. Comes in from the high ground. He's caught GH. Ooh. It's getting a little rough here for NIGMA as 10 minutes in, it's 7-1 and already a 3k lead for OG as they take this tier 1 tower.
Man, sometimes I do forget how fast this team can play. When they're ready to go, you just see how quick they collapse on that tower. Just no funny business. Screw stacks. We're bringing everybody. Everyone collapsed on mid. They're all 5 heroes showing up. NIGMA can't react just yet. And, I mean, mind control, he does just use the surge, but he's getting sandwiched on.
Seb's able to open up, gets in with a Burrow Strike. Mid one follows up with a stun. Mind control, tries to stun him with the stolen stun, but Miracle is falling low. Can he clean this up? He's going to be able to. There's the look for GH. NIGMA will be able to shut them down there as Miracle just turns up into the Sand King. He goes and hits them with a big old Burrow Strike himself.
With the Sandstorm in combination with the Vacuum too, that level 1. Beautifully done.
They needed that. Yep. They were starting to slip behind NIGMA, and Miracle able to combo very nicely with mind control to turn that play around.
What a hero to get the cleanup, right? The Morphling that pretty much needs it in this game, as the rest of them are really suffering. He has his game fully recovered after that. Beautiful spell usage. Topson still opting to not grab his ultimate, as he just wants that maximum burst with his double combo, with his spells, and he does have, you know, a little bit of blessing of having this Arcane Ring for some armor that he was missing initially.
Oh, dude, Saksa. What's he gonna find here? He's got Topson. Araman. Cogs will push back Topson. They've got the Surge as well, so they won't look any deeper.
He needs some roots, but they pushed him away. Now they're forcing reaction while they're hitting the tower already. Exactly. The second uses of God Strength, again, not used to farm. I mean, they're used to take objectives.
NIGMA's coming in to try and hold this.
Weeha deny and Shackle follow.
They're trying to play with the Fierce Axe. They're trying to push back Weeha. He's still looking for the target. We'll find it. The Wind Ranger's going to be sent
Nice cogs.
running away into the brambles. And now OG, they're just going to run straight forward over towards Weeha. They take him down. Saxa, he's falling low, but there's the safety as Thompson comes out with the avalanche, holding back GH and Mind Control. Mid1 still trying to charge in onto GH. Is stunned in position by the Curse Crown. Over towards RMN he goes. The toss from Thompson finishes off another RMN. He's trapped inside his own cogs with Mid1. Is 3 dead on NIGMA. Mind Control trying to run, but OG, they've got the numbers. They'll overrun Mind Control as well as they'll play around with, toss him a chili pepper and take away his life.
So much aggression, and like we said, low cooldown stuns, low cooldown every single spell. It feels like on OG. They surround NIGMA. They're not able to respond. They got that nice play from Miracle, but that's going to be very rare when that does happen. When he does have the morph available to be able to find the Sanking. They have the Rubik. GH, he actually did get pretty good spell steals there. I believe the Sandstorm into a Bedlam, but he's still squishy. And it's gonna be tough for them to have a front line. Really.
This minute just don't stop. Thompson steps up. A relocate's coming in. It wasn't even needed. As Thompson and Saxa take out Weeha yet again.
And they're never gonna stop. They're never gonna stop the farm now. There's a blink on Seb already with a veil.
They found Miracle.
Just keep going.
Seb's able to get in. He's on top of the morphing. Miracle's going to try and dive away with the waveform.
They're gonna chase that.
Kicks in. Thompson.
He's veiled up.
He's closing the gap. They toss him up into the Shadow Realm. Hit Miracle. Can he survive? He's caught in the root. TPs are coming in, but it's not soon enough. Miracle goes down. Seb's going to be the focus here from Mind Control and GH. They'll toss him back with the telekinesis into the stun. So at least able to find something, NIGMA, but still OG staying ahead. And that's the important kill. They're killing off Miracle, slowing down this Morphlings game.
God, I literally feel like I'm just watching the TI finals right now a little bit, just because of it's the Rubik versus the Tiny 2, where I feel like I'm just seeing, GH trying to avoid Thompson. He gets the ward down, survives. But I do want to comment about GH in particular. I think he's going to be really crucial for this early mid game, having the specific spell stolen. If he has Burrow Strike, if he has some of these spells, he might be able to turn the tides of some of these fights. But OG, just like we said, they're not going to stop to farm at all. They're going to keep bringing almost everybody into these fights every time here, because they already got the tools to fight. Echo Saber's online, Blink for Sand King. Everyone's pretty much got everything they need to just run at these heroes. And Wind Ranger does not enjoy this at all. She is just dead to the combination of spells every single time if they get on top of her. So NIGMA, they're feeling the pressure. They're staying grouped up. GH level 9. As we see, he's very high leveled here in this one. And they do have the vacuum plus that growth crit
Thompson. RMN is going to be able to start the fight. Is there anything OG can do to save Thompson? Thompson is going to get taken out of there by the reload. Over to the side, Notel will keep him safe. And now Mid1, he's going to charge straight in with the God Strength. Shackle Shot for Weeha holds him down, but it comes to an end. And he's going to continue to chase on forward. Turns his attention over towards Weeha. Mid1 still wanting to continue to fight. GH will come in with a stolen Burrow Strike. Turns, he's able to grab the God Strength himself, but that won't save him as he falls. They get Weeha again. It's just kill after kill from OG. NIGMA just not ready to fight right now. They haven't got a lineup that deals well
and they
with
see
this
Miracle.
Aggression here at 14 minutes.
They see him there for a second. Immediately jump, they get the combo, he's dead. Uh-oh, this is getting out of hand. OG, they found their stride. 18 kills, 14 minutes. Quite a change up from the last few games that we did see where it was very slow. This is not the style that this team likes to play, of course.
This is getting rough for NIGMA.
They're gonna try to get all 4 bounty runes too.
They may have just found another one here. If they want to go for it, they're going to try with the bed. Let me upset him with a Burrow Strike. It's another. Oh, RMN, he's gone in on this. He's gone in on this, and he's going to die for this.
He sure is. But GH will get a return.
Yeah, GH might also die though. Seb and Thompson, they're going to have their cooldown soon. As Seb, he's in with the Burrow Strike. Shackle Shot, not going to latch onto Seb, but they do have the dust on him, so he cannot hide. We are GH running him down. The power shot finishes him off. Thompson comes in again with the combo. Avalanche, not enough to kill GH as he now turns with the stolen Avalanche. We are trying to run down Thompson, but he's tanky.
He's turning. He might have
got enough damage with Miracle. There's going to be backup coming in. It's not going to be soon enough as Miracle turns into the Tiny, uses his own combo against him, and they'll take out Thompson.
This feels like it's going to be Miracle versus the world, really, in this game. It feels very tough for his other cores to really do too much when they are at this deficit versus this much burst damage. Like Darkseer, Mind Control, he's trying to get this hood online because that'll be one thing that protects him, but he just dies. He's so fragile. And Weeha, versus all these just big combo spells, this big burst, he's 1200 HP. Like, he just dies if he's connected by pretty much one stun in a follow-up.
He's got to be very careful here.
He has to have backup. He has to have at least the GH Rubik or RMN behind him pretty much at all times in order to do that. Miracle has to play on an island. He has to do exactly what he did there, is show up at the end and just get a cleanup kill while playing on the opposite side of the map.
He is close to the E-Blade.
He is.
So then at least having the chance of maybe popping some of these heroes. They're not necessarily very squishy heroes though. There's Sven, Sanking and Tiny.
No.
Not necessarily going to go from 100 to 0 in the combo unless he's really shifted into the Agi.
They can do a lot though with the combination of the Rubik spell steal and then the morph turning into a hero. Like both of them can turn into Sanking, and then they have double burrow strikes with a vacuum combo. So there's still a lot of potential that NIGMA does have in the mid game for the fights. Just OG's really starting to snowball, and they're even pressuring tier 2 right now. And this tier 2, it might actually just die. I do feel like NIGMA has to address this or they lose their outpost.
I mean, they're TPing over. They're going to come and try and hold this. Mid one still pushing away. They're ready. They're prepping in the trees as RMN will reveal himself. Goes in with a hook shot.
The relocate instantly is coming out.
Have they got enough damage to take down this Ven? There's the save. No-Tail takes him out to the side. As OG, they're going to prepare for this fight, Seb. He's got the burrow strike. He's caught the two of them. GH and We Are falling low. We Are will be able to win run away. RMN trying to push the rest of them off to the side, but he's surrounded by the 4 of them. RMN's got nowhere to run. As OG take a second, taking out the 2 supports, will be able to push on and finish this tier 2 tower. Meanwhile, Saxon just toying with mind control over towards the mid lane.
He's tanky now, though. That Bedlam versus the Hood not going to do as much as he'd like, but you see Thompson's trying to run over to kind of connect, but Sox is just bullying him away. They take tier 2. They can go clear the outpost, but they're just hitting buildings.
They're going high ground.
They still got God Strength after it.
17 minutes in, you're right. He's got a good few seconds left of this one. As they're taking this tier 3 tower. It's at least going to bring it very low.
Now they can go get the outpost if they'd like. They've got this great ward coverage as well, covering that whole entire jungle of the side of NIGMA. Yeah, they're cruising through this game right now. And like we said, it really feels like Miracle's going to have to really perform a miracle here in this, as this morphling is. There's just so many different forms of lockdown for him. And look at this Sven. Sven's got an Aghanim already.
He's pretty much got it done mid one. Aghanims is going to be on its way out. Imp-Claw as well.
Imp-Claw too, yep.
Very nice.
Okay, I think that's the E-Blade finished.
All right, let's see.
See what they can do here.
Pop. They've got to start the fight off with a quick boom.
No spell is stolen at the beginning of the fight, though. So GH is only going to get 1 spell at the initial. Not like he's going to be able to, use a spell, steal one, use another one.
They're on the high ground. This is a good position. This could catch OG off guard if they're heading to their own jungle. Notes out. They're going to try and get rid of the eye. Make sure there's no save. Quick pop there with the E-Blade combo. Miracle takes him out.
There's a buyback.
There's Thompson. He might need some help. The fear is coming out. It's going to start pushing back the clockwork. We Are focused here by the cursed ground and taken down by the Bedlam. We Are, he goes down. They found the Wind Ranger, and now mid one flies in from the side, looks over towards RMN. As soon as they have the advantage in numbers, OG just continue to force NIGMA back. They can look for these smoke plays and pickoffs, but when it comes to the full team fight, they've got to run away from this Sven.
Yeah, and now God's Strength is back up. He's got all these tools to be able to do the rush. They even get the D ward instantly after it is placed from that aggressive move. And now, there's no way NIGMA can test this one, so they're going to have to be playing into an Aegis in these next few moments. Yeah, continuing to look very difficult for them as this game does progress. OG just really ramping up the pace. 24 kills, 19 minutes.
And I mean, in this first 20 minutes, has this just sort of in your mind been outplay, or is it just the nature of the heroes that NIGMA have? Have they got a draft that is going to be hard to sort of keep up with the pace in the first 20 minutes against a lineup like OG's?
It's definitely tough. It's also just OG's, the speed that they're playing. A lot of teams, you might see them like back up, farm some stacks with this, know that they can just go and bring this to NIGMA. And look at this Wind Ranger. Just dies every time she shows up. She's so fragile.
Miracle was able to get in and pop the Dark Willow at least.
Okay.
As Miracle using the burrow strike to his own potential. Thompson, he actually has the stun, comes in with a 2-man avalanche. He's straight on the midst of them all, sends in with the epicenter. RMN's out, so's GH. Again, just so hard for NIGMA to fight. As pretty much everyone other than Miracle is just a huge liability in these team fights. Everybody dies. Only really Miracle that's ever able to get out alive.
And it hit 20-minute mark, and they're going to claim what looks like 3 to 4 of the bounties, as well as they have the outpost. Look at the ward coverage by them, too. You can tell they're just putting a chokehold on this game. Wards and sentries pretty much put everywhere they feel that NIGMA can actually get out of the base. Miracle?
He's going to try and pop the IO. He's bringing him
surviving, though.
It's not enough to kill No-Tail straight up. Miracle, can he finish him off? The tether across won't save him as Miracle able to punch down No-Tail.
Oh, but Weeha's just dead again, though, in the back.
Wait, what?
Thompson just killed him.
All right.
I mean, that's the story of this game. Thompson just murdering Weeha.
Darkseer. This could be another one for OG. He's going to drop down the wall.
Oh, Miracle now might be getting caught. He has the waveform, but he's getting set up on here.
The fear timing, it's there, but he's already building up the strength.
gotta get
Midway's gonna
stunned,
come in.
though.
They're going to have a stun coming out of this fear, surely.
Ooh.
Or maybe not. Must have still been on cooldown. Ah, there it is. Look at that range. Look at that reach. He's in. Iron Man's going to come in with a hook shot to try and help out Miracle. But the combo from Thompson, it's enough. Miracle's dead. GH also going to fall outside of the base. Mid1, he even started to dive up to the high ground. Shackle shot does come out from Weehaw, bringing Mid1 low, but it's not enough to kill him off. He pops the war cry and he's out of there. Thompson, he's going in the base.
Oh, Weehaw again.
Oh, it's getting messy.
They're going to tip it for sure.
It's getting messy.
I mean, his game is over as this Wind Ranger. There's like no points of recovery now either for him, as he's just always going to be he's just one-shot ratio.
Yeah, I mean, Thompson Tiny, 10-2 and 14 at 22 minutes in.
Look at Seb's smile down there. They're having fun.
Yeah.
They're literally just playing this run at you Dota, and they're just not even playing lanes, it feels like. They just have Sven, he's pushing out the lanes, he can always get relocated in, and it's been like that since the 10-minute mark.
I mean, how do you come back into a game like this when you can't even come out of your base?
I don't think you do, Owen. You have to hope for some type of big mistakes or some huge vacuum combos, because this one feels pretty damn over. Miracle is just alone in this game versus this insane aggression of OG.
How's Miracle doing on his items anyway? What's he got off the E-Blade? Just
Not a
BKB,
whole lot, no.
just trying to make sure that he can live through these fights, trying to do everything that he can. But being down as a team, 16k at the early timing of 22 minutes in, it seems very, very, very hard to do much at all. As here comes the push from OG, up to the high ground.
He's got a small crit now too. Glyph gets popped, they pop the wall to push them away too. They're just gonna go toward mid, go for the tier 2, the easier one, as that Glyph was used. Weehaw trying to slow them down a little bit with some power shots, but that's kind of all that Weehaw is able to provide now.
I mean, they've just played so fast this game.
They really did.
What do you think NIGMA's thinking? What are they thinking about taking away? What are you looking at from this draft of OG and saying this really enables their play style that they're just stomping us with in this game?
I mean, it's everything. Yeah. Everybody has a disable, everybody has a way that they can make plays on the map, and they utilized it at the absolute maximum. They shut down Weehaw super hard here with some small rotations, and his game is just done. Like we said, this Wind Ranger has no place in this game now anymore. Just so fragile. And I'm sure our man is sitting there thinking like, damn, Kuro was right. These guys are insane with the run at you.
Arman talking about the man. He's going to try to go in with a hook shot. Won't find anything. Seb, he's just going to jump in on the backlines onto Weehaw. Weehaw goes down. Seb, he's going to step back. They're going with the stun onto Mid1, but there's just no damage. They cannot kill Mid1. They can touch Thompson. He's in. Takes out RMN. It's 35-12. 20k lead. The racks are taken away. 24 minutes in. I mean, at this stage, I think NIGMA's only going to be thinking about game 2, as this game 1 it seems to be done and dusted right now.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Thompson's level 19, he almost has Ags. Like, this is maybe the Tiny is one of those heroes that you might just want to. It was a problem at TI.
I think
this Tiny is just
Tiny's got to go.
It's an incredible problem, just how much he's able to do.
Yeah.
He's 11, 2, and 14. Like,
yeah, it's
25 kill involvement. He just pops heroes whenever they make any type of misposition, and it allows him to play that aggressively because it's just the frequency of spells. They don't need to wait for anything. Sure, they got God Strength. Sure, they got Epicenter. Sure, they have Relocate, but that's not what they're playing around. They have all these constant stun and burst damage. Yeah, they're just gonna have to hope for some massive throws pretty much by OG Miracle.
Yeah.
This is not a game that really feels like a Morphling solo carry whatsoever. Way too much disable to deal with. Sox has been also delivering on this Dark Willow super well throughout the beginning, throughout the middle, and now it looks to be soon the end.
There we go. The classic sort of last chance smoke here. See if NIGMA can find themselves a pick off, something that might give them a chance of maybe turning around and stopping what seems to be inevitable.
Some vision. We actually can see something on the map now, as they have had pretty much no vision on the map throughout the last 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, just looking like the level difference now as well between them, right? You've got level 14 on the Morphs, you're seeing level 19s on the heroes of OG.
And look at there's a Clockwork kind of cutting some creep waves or something, but there's a Relocate. Zap can TP, easy killing. Oh, Miracle. He's been spotted, but the Shadow Realm gets off.
Yeah, it's not even going to be enough burst to kill off Saxa right now. As NIGMA, they're trying to run. Weehaw will be able to TP out, but Miracle's going to get left behind.
Wow.
Yeah, this is
I missed this kind of Dota.
Yeah,
We had some games this morning with like 6 kills in 14 minutes. That's never going to happen when OG is playing, especially not when they're playing versus a team like NIGMA, when they know how they like to play. You know, that super aggro. I feel like these teams, you know, that respect level, it's there, but that's when it makes you play at your absolute maximum, as this feels like one of the better showings I've seen from OG in the last few weeks.
Yeah, this is them back at, you know, sort of the full potential. It's, as you said, this is just a very OG-esque draft, and the way that they're playing it.
He's playing around the trees there because he has that Aghanims. He's trying to find a target. Couple power shots. Annoying mid one a little bit there. Thompson still waiting for somebody to go. He's like, someone's going to go for this catapult.
Don't go down there.
This catapult.
Don't go down there.
He's like, we high? He's like, we high? No, it's going to be you.
Is someone going to go? Don't do it. Thompson's waiting. He's watching in the trees.
He's going to have like Seb stun in and then just the tree volley and try to combo somebody, right?
Don't shift into Agi Miracle.
Oh, he's very high morphed up there. He's going to just throw the harass, clear the creep wave. He waited long enough. Yeah, still full dominance. NIGMA trapped in their base. Nothing to really do for them here, as they can just watch.
Let's start outside of the base again.
Trying to get, I took he's just trying to get some type of vision down.
Oh no, no, no. Goodbye. Goodbye, Iron Man.
Miracle is desperate to find farm. Look, he's like, oh, Iron Man, thank you. You distracted them. I can go get a hard camp. And it's 27 minutes, so maybe he can pick himself up a neutral item during this little excursion here, but it's in jeopardy.
Our base definitely in jeopardy. Look at the speed that these buildings go down.
Orb of Destruction, level 18.
Yep, fortification's going to come to an end. They're back in. Shackle shot won't latch. Tower's out. They're exposed, OG.
Oh my God, he's got a full AC.
Here we go, pushing on. Top racks are gone.
Next.
Next indeed. As this game one, I mean, NIGMA just being entirely shaken up. They just weren't ready for this in game one. They weren't ready for this. I mean,
it was pretty explosive how it all happened, right? It was like, okay, 10 minutes. Let's turn it up. Let's turn up the heat. Everyone just sandwiches on mid, and then they just go from tower to tower as this not like this 5-man ball, but just a very quick moving succession
got it
there. Okay.
Got it nice.
Sure. And he's got the BKB finish, so he's got a little bit better to play around this insane amount of disabled, but it's also an insane amount of damage that they're punching into with all these items picked up.
Yeah, what happened to getting the Ags on the morph against the Dark Willow? Is that still good?
I think he needs a lot more time in this game in order.
Okay. Is he just bad? Yeah, I thought it was still a pretty decent combo.
It used to be because it started at like, you know, the Shadow Realm used to do the maximum damage or whatever, but now it takes time to build up. I mean, either way, it's still, he has to...
Okay.
Like in this type of game too...
Okay, they get nerfed, okay.
Yeah, in this type of game too, like everyone's very tanky, and it's, how's he going to get in position to do any of that?
Yeah, but you got the range.
But you also, you want the talents. Remember how you need the level 20 talent for the morph duration, plus the level, you need to be able to constantly be in that form.
I mean, I guess that's true, he's not anywhere near level 20.
And he can't, it's not like he can really buy much of an Ags and all that.
What level is he at the moment? Level 16.
Yeah.
They're into the pit. OG, they're reaching their level 20s. No problem. As we're going to see, it's got to be a big hook shot. Just go for it. Throw everything into the pit.
It's the BKB Morphling, but OG's just going to run at them.
Yeah, they're going to come out of the pit and they're just going to kill them straight up. Mid one in with a stun on 2, takes him out. We are RMM Mind Control hit the deck as Seb and Saxa will play with the Rubik on the side. Miracle's popping the BKB as he has to run. OG's going to continue to chase. Miracle tries to turn and push the back with a stun, turns into the Sven, instantly dies. It's an ultra kill for mid one.
Oh, he was caught holding the hot pepper as well as he dies.
That's going to burn. He's going to feel that on the toilet. As this game's over. GG is called.
Wow.
OG. Game one. And there's no question about it. That was certainly OG right there.
Yeah, that is definitely true here.
The OG style of just run at you.
Back to their kind of TI form, and at least from what it looks like in that game, and just
another 19 minutes game, and they might just get it because you do have an Arc Warden. There is a lot of push coming from OG with the Beastmaster, with the Void Spirit. It's all on this Void Spirit to just crush the Arc Warden. He's the reach that they've got.
Tigo, how about you? What are you seeing here?
I like the adjustments they made from game one, highlighting how they have to fight up against the tempo that OG like to set. My fear is their laning phase just didn't go well enough. So if they get outplayed in laning phase again, OG could just sweep the game. But NIGMA has the solutions to OG's playstyle, and that's the key thing. They have a way to enable his Miracle Farm. So I think it's going to be a close game. Yeah, that's it.
Last but not least, Jerax, how biased are you going to be? Give me an objective analysis. Which team do you think has a pretty solid draft here?
I mean, I'm very happy for the Beastmaster pick. I think it's one of the better against Arc Warden. You get a lot of minions. Fan of playing fast in this game, and hopefully the fast team usually wins because it's about execution. And I hope they execute.
Well, I hope that they don't execute so that we can talk to you one more time. But if not, it was a pleasure having you on this draft panel. Let's see what it all goes down to in game number 2.
There you go.
Thank you very much. Yes, game 2 ready to roll. We've had the drafts, and well, we're getting quite a lineup here from NIGMA. Very interested to see what they do with this one. It's sort of a similar sort of setup as they had in game 1, right? Building very much around this one big core. This time going to be the Arc Warden.
Yep.
What do you reckon? And just to confirm, who is going to be playing the mid? So, okay, so they're going to be starting with Miracle in the mid lane and just running the side lane side.
He might. I don't know if Thompson knows now that there's a ward there, though, because he was doing the little scouting to see if that ward was there. But
range?
Miracle was also there, but they're going to ping it. They're going to go for the D ward anyway. They're unsure, though, which one it is because of the positioning. Look, No-Tail's actually pinging on high ground. Do they listen to No-Tail? Sox is like...
Oh, is that range?
It might get the other. It might be in range anyway. It might be right on the edge. It's right on the edge.
It's not quite in range.
Soxa trusted Johan. Never again.
So let's have a look. So it is the Weehar Tide. I mean, so why go with the Tide as the last pick this game? Do you like that from NIGMA? I mean, it definitely seems like you look at the 4 heroes around the arc. They are 4 heroes that are going to be very good at TPing and reacting to dives and early aggression, right? You got a lot of stuns, a lot of early fight, and a lot of saves.
I think he's the one that just he parks in front of those towers and defends. When he's looking at Luna, Venge, Beastmaster, you know, OG. I mean, that's the way that they like to play anyway. But looking at those 3 heroes, it's a very fast-paced kind of like taking towers thing. Tide Earner, he puts himself right in the front of there, makes it a lot harder for them to really just push right through him. So it is a possibility that can work. I do like the OG style though here with this one because I do think they have a very fast-paced draft and they have a lot of different ways of like amplifying their speed too. With this ET, love ET with heroes that have mixed type of damage. Void Spirit, mostly magical, but he does have some elements of physical. And then Luna, that's like Luna and Gyro are the 2 big like mixed heroes that I love seeing with an Elder Titan. So you can capitalize a lot on that aura from a distance, especially.
I mean, it is again just very possible to see this lineup from OG 20 minutes in if they're ahead. You know, running down lanes with this Luna Venge Beastmaster, it's going to be tough for NIGMA to stop.
Yeah. But it does seem like they're going to be at a much better position in lanes this time around. They didn't pick super greedy lanes. They have pretty safe lanes across the board here. And we did mid, I believe Miracle did kill the courier of Thompson. Thompson's courier actually, I think, just walked into him. So there's a little bit of a misstep there, but we do see, lanes. Looks like they're farming pretty well in these first 2 of them at least. And bottom's going to be that one where we see a lot of trades. Same thing with top. Level 2 picked up on mid one. Same with No-Tail. They got it before Mind Control. Instant aggression. And maybe even looking for a second one here. They got another stun in a moment.
Have they got the damage?
It's going to be a little limited.
Yeah, there's Fadebot back up as well.
Yeah, he's got the stick as well. GH knows that this is going to be a lane where they spam spells constantly. So sticks, wands are very favorable for the side of Team NIGMA up there. But they do at least get the first blood on OG. And Miracle is really pushing this Void Spirit kind of out of the lane right now. Thompson.
In fact, Thompson.
Oh. Ooh.
Not quite in range of that last spark Wraith, but very much putting the pressure on. He's about 100 away from getting the bottle sent out to him. It's going to be very important with the amount of damage that the Miracle's doing to him early on.
Tidehunter, as we expect, he's farming just fine down here versus these double melee, versus just straight physical damage that's down here as well. They're doing very good as this double melee lane versus double melee lane.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very beefy, safe lane, right, from NIGMA.
Yeah, I think Sox is going to probably just start pulling the wave a little bit here. but might get caught out.
Hey, it's pretty low on the...
He's afraid. Yeah, he's afraid. As soon as they left the lane, he doesn't know where they're going to actually end up. Might actually go catching it. Or just suicide. Nah, he's just going to suicide, it looks like, to the tower.
Mid lane, CS continuing to be very even between the two here. Thompson now with the points of level 2 in the Dissimulate.
Does feel like he has started to be blowing. Mind control up here is getting low again, and he's got no armor items either for him. But that magic damage.
They'll get the Venge. Yeah, with the Sandstorm out, they have the damage to kill off the Vengeful Spirit, and Mid-One won't quite be able to finish off Mind Control.
Infinitely better start than the last game already. Sox is still in level 2. Level 3 is where you start to see that big change in damage, especially for the Elder Titan if he chooses to go for that 2 points in the Astral. Mind control. As soon as GH leaves, they try to get aggressive onto him. He'll back away. He'll be okay. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it should be a much better kind of like getting into the mid game and all that for NIGMA. But I think OG is really going to start kicking up the pace once they start getting those levels. Like once this Void Spirit can make moves around easier, like once he hits that level 6, he's going to dart around. And maybe even before that, as we do see, like Thompson, he likes to move, it seems like, on those bounty runes from what I've seen in a lot of their games. But looks like, I mean, from the build he's gone for, it's much more of a farming. 3 points in the Dissimulate. So just a creep clearing build, it looks like here. And let's say level 3 on Saksa.
I mean, this is a hard lane for OG to find. 2 steps forward.
Yep.
And immediately has to back up.
The briefcase, it really starts to hurt. I said that level 3.
Yeah, you're right. This punch from the ET, it's doing it here, pushing both Fireman and Weehaw back. A lot of damage built up there by Saxa with the Spirit.
Yeah, he doesn't even have any stacks or anything on anywhere. That's literally just because of the 2 heroes plus the creep wave. Able to hit it onto RMN. Should have like pretty much a double damage here on the ET right now to zone the way.
On top lane.
Top though.
They're going to turn. Look towards No-Tail. Mid-One's going to step across, try and help. The Fade Bolt comes out. Mind Control finds the kill. And now do have the illusion to set up the vision onto GH. See if Mid-One can find a kill. Turn. GH. He's got the boots though. Has that movement speed. He's going to be able to get himself out of there. Mind Control. He's actually bringing Mid-One down really low. There's Mid-One.
He's got 1.
He's got 14. Yeah, 14 charges on the 1, so yeah, you're right. He's fine. He's just playing around with him. GH is low, but he's out. He's away from the illusion, and he's able to pick up those bounty runes.
Saksa is, he's starting to do the ET things. As soon as that level 3's hit, as we said, he's able to secure the lane a lot better for 7. Just kind of push Weehaw and RMN away. Here comes the Spirit. RMN, he's kind of got to run. They got to watch out for that Boar Slow as well. That briefcase. Constantly pushing him. Step very low though. Could definitely get caught out here if he steps up too far.
Yeah, he's got the south going.
Yeah, this is TP actually. I think he's sending the Tempest double down bottom to gank.
Ooh, let's see if Miracle can help them get this kill. Spark Wraith down onto Seb. Can they save him? Another Wraith out. He can't even get away. As a Miracle. Some nice moves here with that double coming into the bottom lane. I mean, he doesn't have to leave mid himself. Finds himself a DD.
Very nice micro. You see Thompson is starting to get a little bit more of that farm, but I do think a lot of that is him farming small camps, as we see, like we said, he maxing the Dissimulate build, so he's really just going for that farming style instead of that aggressive style on the Void Spirit this time around.
Talking about aggressive style, top lane, Mind Control.
Under the tower.
He just goes straight in on the 2 of them.
There's no creep wave there to tank for him for a moment. Takes a couple hits, but follow creep wave does come. 4-1, 1K lead right now, our Team NIGMA. Miracle, the big leader, up at the top there.
Saxa is going to come across with Seb once more, looking towards Weehaw. Again, the punches from Saxa certainly hurting.
Leech Seed kind of counteracts that a bit here. RMN, I think, put like, what, 2 points it looks like in it at least. Yeah, 2 points in that Leech Seed. It costs a lot of mana, but when you're double melee, you actually benefit off it very heavily now compared to the old one. Oh, Courier. He gets it. Wow, he actually punches over that tree stump there, it looks like.
Oh, if it was mid, No-Tail is coming to try and help Thompson go for a play on a Miracle, but No-Tail's only lost his own life for now. GH in with the telekinesis. Thompson still has another jump with the Astral, so he'll be fine. Down bottom, RMN continue to try and chase Saxa. Tranquil's going to kick in a second. Can RMN reach him? He cannot. Saxa's out with the speed.
Seb is 6 now, though. He can easily set up for some kills. And we'll see if Thompson decides to start making those rotations. Weehaw, only level 5. Trying to take him down a little bit lower here. The punches start coming in from Saksa. And they're going to be able to get him.
Take him out very easily.
Another rotation, though, Miracle.
Already, though, Saksa and Seb, they're just backing off.
Oh, this time it's the real hero that he actually brought down here. So his tower is actually going to get hit a bit there.
Yeah.
And they see him immediately with the ward, too, so they know that it is the real Corden down bottom here. So we'll see what Topson decides to do with that information.
I mean, Miracle's trying to make his way back over to mid, but Saksa and Topson are both here. Saksa's going to turn, looking for the setup with the stomp. They do lose the life of Saksa. See if Topson can find revenge as he looks towards Miracle. Miracle lays down the bubble. Topson's in it. Has Topson actually got enough damage to finish this kill? He does. Will get the kill. He's got to simulate back up, presses it. He may be able to find the double as well, and he does.
Cash
the
money.
Kill and the double. Big money for Topson.
Super worth it there for Saksa. That build that he went for, it's really interesting because it's the maximum amount of it's the build that gives you the max damage, right? Because that to simulate the way it scales, it's his highest burst if you're able to connect with it. So I mean, it ends up working that he goes for this one, and I personally do like that build because it allows you to clear creep waves so fast, and you don't have to reliably use your resonant pulse, which is kind of like your shield in a lot of ways sometimes. And it gets it down to like a 10-second or 11-second cooldown as well. So it's not only your escape, but it's your farming mechanism as well on that Void Spirit. All the way up to level 9 now too. Roar is going to be back up in a moment here. They're smoking. It was spotted by the ward, though, so let's see how they react. They're sending the Rubik to tier 2, saving a faster port for the front tower there, in case...
They may just go straight for the top lane.
Yeah.
As we'll see, Seb.
Or they can set up around the bounty runes here. 30 seconds. They can maybe put a ward down here. They have the Hawk already in position, and it looks like, yeah, it's going to be toward that top lane.
I mean, Mind Control, he's looking at diving No-Tail. They're heading over towards him here as they know that Mind Control's deep underneath the tower, trying for this vengeful kill.
No-Tail's baiting him a bit here.
Yeah,
the lift for Mind Control.
And here's the move. Seb and Saksa, they're in, Roar's out, and Mind Control will get taken out. Just getting a little too baited in there by the vengeful underneath that tower.
Topson will push in because he has this Hawk vision as well, so he can safely secure the bounty, but at the same time, bottom, see our men do similar while Weehaw threatens the tower a little bit, this Tidehunter here. And that looks like it should be the Midas pretty much done for Miracle in a moment. Topson, though, a big rune here, can look to make a ton of aggressive plays. As
there's going to be any backup there for this Luna. He's in trouble, Mid-One. He's in big trouble. Pops the wand. Ravage will come out. Mid-One pops the Fairy Fire.
The medallion?
Oh,
that almost
finally goes down. It's NIGMA able to dive the tower here with that use of the Ravage over towards mid. Topson, he's trying to dive in for GH. He's going to be able to get it. Can he get back out, though? Dissimulate back up. Jumps over actually into the face of Miracle and his double. Astral steps back up. Topson's able to dance himself away.
Trying to make use of that DD rune. He tried to push the limits, and he did. Was able to get it, and he's going for this Ags Rush build. This is a lot of damage if you do get it out early. Swap comes out, Miracle.
They've got
still
the
a
real
DD.
They've got the damage here.
Oh, they
Control with the
definitely
pullback.
do.
Miracle goes down. Ready there for No-Tail to just step up and swap him in.
And another one. Saksa's here.
Topson's very low. He's very low, though, on this Void Spirit. That swap is going to mean that Topson doesn't need to necessarily dive. He's still a little hesitant, though.
GH has a nuke. And he'll find him.
Saksa, he's going to be able to turn though back onto GH with the Roar coming out into the storm. Topson, he jumps back in again.
Secures the last hit.
And now Weeha's got to deal with Mid-One being here as well as Mid-One's turned out. Weeha's trying to run. They're diving the tower. They're going to be able to get him as well.
It's the timing. They're all grouping up. Right, Ravage was used. They used Overgrowth as well, bottom, so they can easily collapse. Don't think they would have cared anyway if those ults were up because that's the way OG plays. But yeah, taking advantage of a bit of that greed. You know, Miracle, he's going for Midas. You know what Arc Warden's going to do. This is your time to really press the issue and ramp up the pace here.
Yeah,
getting these tier 1s. And look, they're going to run immediately to bottom to try to do the same thing down there once they get a little bit more mana on Topson.
You've got to look really towards Mind Control if you're NIGMA now to make the big plays. He's pretty much your highest net worth. He has the Blink Dagger done.
Okay, that's that's huge around those tier 1s.
Yeah, exactly.
They've got Overgrowth, almost Ravage.
These sort of pushes round.
Yep. Just about if the vision is behind, right? They do have a lot of different forms of vision to check back there with the Astral, with Wave of Terror, as well as the Hawk. So Mind Control does have to hide himself away here.
Yeah, he's got to get some big eppies.
They're not seeing him at all on the map, though. They're not seeing much of anyone on the map, so they're being a little bit cautious here, backing up and resetting. Topson is healing as well. No Roar available. Looks like they're going to farm a little bit around mid one for a moment here. As all those ultis, as we said, coming back up for NIGMA. And they're very good ultimates at when you're getting ran at You know, you pop your Ravage, you pop your Overgrowth, you pop Epicenter. They're very good at those counter initiations. But they're actually walking in aggressively here with this.
Mind control, he's going to go straight in. They've got the Ravage into the epicenter. This is the combo. Straight up, NIGMA walk to the high ground. Ravage into Epi, that'll do it.
That ward give them all the information up on that high ground there for Mind Control to get the jump. Beautifully done. And can set themselves up for a tower here. Don't think OG expected to be under vision there at all.
They weren't ready for that one bit. As NIGMA just able to walk in and combo the 3 of them down.
They didn't have to use every ult either. RMN still has his available, so that Overgrowth will still be there when OG does, you know, when OG respawns, and they're gonna look to make it. They're gonna look to punch back real hard here after that move.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. You know, Ravage Epi, it's pretty much going to win every team fight if they get it off. You know, you walk in, what sort of saves are there? It's going to rely on this Venge to be at the side. Obviously, when they don't have the ults, that's when the weaknesses do come back online for NIGMA. But Mind Control says, no, they don't. He's ready to try and fight this again. He's going to jump in onto Seb with the Burrow Strike, but Seb turns with the Roar. Magic Missiles out. Mid-1, he's going to go for the ultimate here as he starts to push back. Weehar lands the Lucent Beam. And I guess, yeah, that is the weakness, right? They tried to turn. They don't have their ults. Mind Control going in. But without the ultimates, they do struggle. That's a huge part of what's being sort of allowed NIGMA to win any of these trades.
Miracle does get caught by the Remnant and the Stomp, but Thompson's got other priorities, getting the Arcane Rune. He has the Ags
so
done.
close,
yeah, he pretty much does.
Yeah.
And the other thing with Ags is, like, yes, it provides the silence, it gives you the 2 charges of Resonant Pulse, but with Elder Titan, the other thing is it's just that much extra damage that you can provide with the ET Natural Order, too, onto those backlines. So jumping Miracle, he's still kind of tanky because of the strength gain on this hero, but could definitely pop from all that magic damage. Wondering if anyone can actually slot in a Veil for the side of OG, because they don't really have that natural builder for it like they had last time on the Sand King.
No.
It might have to just be the Venge or the ET that look to purchase it, because it's a very good Veil game when they have Luna and Void Spirit as their 2 main cores.
And Thompson, he's toying with the Tide mid.
A lot of magic damage.
He's done a lot of damage to Weehar.
Stancing on him too.
Yeah, Weehar's got to be careful. Saxa, oh, little off the mark with the Stomp. Won't be able
Still
to
an
catch him with
Arcane
that.
Rune on Thompson though.
I mean, he's still playing into Weehar's. Weehar, he's just getting... He just got soloed. Thompson just able to do it on his own. Mind Control's going to come in with the Burrow Strike onto Thompson. Can Thompson jump his way out? They've got
Control.
the drop, but he got the pulse out, and he's going to live. He's actually
jumps in.
jumping in deeper. He pops the silence. Thompson just goes straight in. Finally gets nuked out of the game. But they've lost 3 on NIGMA.
They're on Miracle.
Miracle's in trouble as Saxa and Seb surround him. The Tempest double will clear up Seb in return. Stomp from Saxa will put a stop to the attempts from GH as Saxa, he's out of there. As OG, they'll take the trade. They lose 2, but they get 4 kills for it.
And the whole time, Luna's farming down bottom just fine. Such aggressive plays. The Arcane Rune from Thompson. He just pushes the limits. He doesn't care if he dies. He knows that they get some cleanup kills, and mid-1 is soaking all that space anyway. That's his job. That's the typical Thompson move there, giving his life for his team. Man, Arcane Rune with that Aghanim's this early on. Just such an insane amount of burst damage.
We'll see a DD here as well. Who's going to be able to get a grab on this. Just keeping this area safe. Thompson, didn't quite get it. Nice snipe there for GH, popping the deny. They are going to use the combo of the Ravage into the epicenter of the boat.
Nice
They've got the
combo.
lockdown onto Thompson. Thompson gets popped.
He just respawned too. And he's just dead immediately.
I mean, this is the combo. Ravage and Epicenter until sort of BKBs start coming out or defensive items are there. That will kill pretty much anyone on the lineup. And NIGMA, they're diving for more. Over towards Saxa, they go Saxa, getting the Stomp going, holds the 2 of them down, but the damage is flying out from Miracle and the double. They get themselves a 3rd.
Such quick response there too. I think there's a double ward actually placed by OG to watch the rune there, but they get sandwiched on by NIGMA anyway.
now
And now Seb, he stepped up too far.
They're going to find another one. A little unnecessary there for Seb stepping in. The tip certainly going his way.
Lots of different forms of initiation on the side of NIGMA now. With that, with that Ravage, with that Sand King Blink Dagger. Now also a Rubik with the Blink Dagger too on GH.
Yeah, they've just got great jump here, NIGMA.
Yeah. Mid-1 is still farming during the entirety of it, but we do see that NIGMA is taking advantage of the fact that they had that time. And the dream item for Miracle. The Grove Bow on the Arc Warden. I feel like every time there's an Arc Warden, they get Grove Bow.
We'll see the scan from Dire has hit again. Knowing that Ravage and Epi are down, it's going to be a good opening for OG to fight if they can get a catch and all.
Ooh,
nice TP, says mid-1.
Seb's TPing top as well too. He's got Roar available. He wants to join the fray. There's a lot of farm pushing in down bottom, though. Someone on OG is going to have to get that, but... Yeah, they're pinging it already. They know someone has to farm it. I guess Topson might be the only one available.
Chasing with the smoke, they might get the catch on the mind control. There's the setup, Lucent B coming out.
Gets the stun up onto the high ground for a second.
He is there, but there's an ult coming in from Saxa.
Yeah.
The split is going to pull him back as mind control taken out. OG seeing if they can chase anything more.
GH does have stolen roar at the moment, though. He's spotted for a second, so they do want to try to get on top of him. He has
They find anyone in these trees. They've found VIR, but VIR's back behind the Titcher. There's going to be a buyback. Mind control's back in action. No-Tail taking tower hits. He's going to come across with the burst strike. Gets the turn of both Seb and Saxa. The ult comes out. The roar is there onto the Luna, but he already got the Eclipse out. Mind control. He's back in though. Epi's available yet again as they cleared up 3. They'll look over towards Topson. The burst strike from Mind control catches Topson out. Saxa will be able to TP away. But big buyback there from Mind control. Comes straight back into the game, landing these burst strikes again with the ultimate. Just has the damage that OG aren't ready to fight into.
Look at the 2 spells stolen by GH as well. Roar, and then he steals Eclipse immediately afterwards. He has the burst to take out mid one. OG diving a bit too far forward, and they get punished by all these ults. Overgrowth was still there. Epi just came back up, and like you said, clutch buyback, but very clutch steals from GH to be able to provide that extra damage and control.
Oh yeah, NIGMA just being able to punish the dives and aggression from OG so much better than they were in game 1. This draft is already just playing out much nicer.
Yeah, GH still last game, he still got some really good spell steals, but his team around it was kind of just crumbling. This time, he's getting those good spell steals, but his team is not crumbling. Look, he's all the way up to level 14, so he's still being very enabled. And yeah, those type of positions, not the most ideal for OG. They really just wanted to push the issue, but yeah, tier 1's still there. I think No-Tail mostly died to the tier 1, actually, that I was seeing inside of that fight. 0-7 now for the Venge.
I mean, 19 minutes in, being down 2k, you look at sort of what OG may have wanted to do with their draft. Is this, you know, have things not really gone to plan here for OG? Is this NIGMA already shaking up what OG would have intended to do with this lineup? Did they expect to get more than just 2 tier 1s at 20 minutes, do you think, this OG team?
I think they probably did, but with what they're playing against, like after the way the lanes are kind of going, you're playing versus a lineup that's very good when you're getting ran at, right? Like, I remember them saying it even inside like the True Sight thing. It's just like, should we play Gyro just because they're running at us like, you know, like animals? They're just crazy diving at us. We need some type of counter initiation. Sanking, Tidehunter, Treant Protector, excellent heroes versus that. I'm wondering if they're going to go for some type of mixed build on mid one. That's the one thing I do think that there's a possibility versus Arc Warden, because he will be so far back. They have the Astral. If you get something like an Ags, they have a lot of different things to throw it onto. Void Spirit's going to be committing in. You get a Luna Eclipse into the back lines. Definitely possible that they go for some type of mixed build, but they have been slowed down a lot. Mid one only level 13 compared to that 16 of the Arc Warden.
Well, so he should be good to go again. Looks like Miracle's back.
Yeah. He's the only one with the cam on. He's just like, you see how laser focused he is all the time too. We get to see all the beautiful mugs of OG. No one's saying anything. They're just waiting.
Oh yeah, OG is. Oh no, Seb's saying.
Oh, Seb's saying some stuff. Okay.
So's No-Tail. I'm having a bit of a discussion here. How good's your lip reading?
Not very good. Man, No-Tail's hair's gotten long.
Yeah, he's growing it out, right? He's getting his beard going too. What could they be talking about?
Probably just the next few moments, right?
Yeah.
I think they know which spells were used, so just thinking which ones they saved. They actually used quite a bit there on the side of OG too, so maybe they want to do, like you were mentioning, sit back and farm up, let Midwin at least finish his BKB, probably divert attention away from him so that he can actually have easier times in the fights. He really needs it too.
He's very close to it. He's only about a recipe away mid one. So they should be able to get that on for the next fight.
Yeah, but they don't have... Okay, they do have Roar available. Okay, so let's see if Seb tries to make something happen here with his... He's going to try to push out top, immediately met by an Arc Warden illusion. This is going to constantly happen. And, oh, whoa.
Seb's dead.
Whoa. He actually is. He has to roar it.
He has to. He literally was about to die.
Well, now they know the Roar's down. So now they can play more aggressively themselves on the side of NIGMA, and immediately they are doing so. Smoked up. Ravage is available.
Here's the combo.
No Epi available.
Off they don't. And it's going to be the counter play. VIR's dying. He's going to be dead. He's falling low. The Split's going to take him out. Didn't even get the chance to pop a Ravage. Iron Man's going to come in with the Overgrowth. He's looking over towards mid one. But now with VIR and the Sankey gone, VIR and Mind Control out, they can't fight this here, or they're going to struggle immensely. They've got to back out. NIGMA, this is not a fight to take anymore.
The back-to-back silences right after the Kraken
just
shell.
didn't get anything off.
He couldn't get the Ravage off, and the amount of explosive magic damage, that's what we were talking about. With the natural order, with this double, you know, with the Aghanims from that Void Spirit, with a Lucent Beam thrown on top too, they just popped so damn fast.
That's definitely a bit of a worry there for NIGMA. If they're, you know, if VIrtus dying without the opportunity of getting anything out, and whoa, see ya. RMM with the Jukes.
They're stalking him though. They're looking. Not gonna be able to find him for the time being.
Fast. Yeah, with his Tranquils and Blink, he's
fast.
Actually, there's a TP over towards the bottom. That was what was that the boost of travel on top?
It is the boost of travel on tops, and he's in. He's looking for him.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to cut off the tree.
No mercy.
Finds RMM on the way back there with the spots after Ags. It's gonna be all over the place. Thompson always ready to join.
Works for me when you're playing with Beastmaster. Fan of boots of travel whenever you do have that hero. You're always going to be able to join in to any type of fight around the map. Looks like, though, at least from the wards that I'm seeing right now, OG have a bit of a defensive posture. All just covering kind of the river access, and then you have the one Hawk kind of watching a little bit of movements toward the top lane. So I feel like they're, like we said, trying to finish up this BKB, maybe trying to chill a little bit for a moment as these ultis are back online for NIGMA.
And we still have Miracle leading the way in farm. He's holding that top spot as the Arc Warden. His game still yet to be really shaken up. He's hitting all those timing spots, Midas, and pretty much has the Mjolnir done.
Yeah, he has so many protective things for him too, right? Like the tree, the tide, the Sanking to protect, but there is a lot of ways that OG can get on top of him anyway with these, when they do inevitably get the Blink Daggers that it looked like they were building on a couple heroes, and the Void Spirit just naturally jumps the back, so.
Let's see. Maybe time for NIGMA to try for a smoke again. If they've got one there, if they've got all the ults.
Yeah, I can't believe how farmed RMN is in this game too, actually. He's just been kind of casually sitting on the side farming with the Blink Dagger. He has great follow-up now always. And yeah, like you said, every ult available. They are fighting into that mid one BKB though.
Sure. Let's see if they can burst him. They're going to try and burst him before he gets the chance to pop it. He needs to save. He's going to get it. The swap out's there. Mid one's going to be safe for now. Thompson, he's actually just able to kill off GH, or maybe not. The stolen astral step won't save GH. GH still goes down. No tail turns with the stun on a Mind Control. Mind Control is up to the high ground, but they have to reach. The pulse from Thompson gets the kill. Sends forward the Remnant, drags back VIrtus. They've got the control as RMN will fall. The Eclipse is out. As your RMN, is he going to live? He's still surviving. He's able to sneak out through the trees. Thompson's trying to hunt for him, but a Blink will get him out. The Remnant doesn't quite grab onto Miracle. They'll get the Tempest double. Thompson's still trying to dive in deeper. They have got Roar from Seb. NIGMA's got to be careful.
Such a fast swap there. Just instantly breaking the chain disable that NIGMA was going for onto that Luna. Immediately able to turn it.
And didn't even need to use his BKB.
No.
After being saved there by that swap.
That's the beauty about having Thompson with this Aghanims build, right? Because he can just jump into the back when they go for this nation, silence everybody, do this coverage so he can save the BKB when he gets swapped into a defensive spot.
Yeah, I mean, you hit a 5-man silence. That's a pseudo BKB for your whole team.
Yeah, in a way.
There's no magic coming.
And so many different ways to buff him up, right? You see the Solar Crest of Lads. They're just trying to make sure that mid one is the strongest. I believe that's the Manta going to be coming out. So now he's got the coverage versus the Overgrowth now too, as well as the BKB.
I mean, they've got to go for this still. They've got Blink Epi.
There's an
Someone's going to want to jump
scouting,
in,
though. And there's a Hawk too scouting. It's tough to jump in there.
Let's see if they can get the Blink in. Can Mind Control find a way in? Thompson setting things up with the Remnant. They are a little scared. They know that there's that jump from NIGMA.
Too much big team fight still around the pit, even though most are still on CD. They're waiting.
VIrtus got to be out. He's going to get swapped in. Put the Remnant down just to sort of block off any backup. The silence comes down to VIrtus stepping out to the side. Mid one, he's doing the damage. Burrow Strike comes in. Mid one's in trouble.
Whoa.
Immediately then, Miracle in the double just destroy him. The damage out from the Arc Warden came so quickly, there was just no way to respond. He died instantly, and now with mid one out, no buyback on him either, so he himself can't come back to the Roche pit. Miracle just steps in, and he's going to look to finish off this Roche and get the Aegis himself, and he will. OG cannot contest this.
Over-aggressive swap there. They tried to go for the Tide Hunter, but now they don't have the swap to save the Luna. Poor No-Tail's in a little bit of a misposition there to be able to save his Luna. He has to, I think in this one, he has to really save that swap for those chain disables so he can get
They've got to save mid one. Yeah. I mean, they've seen just then how quickly mid one dies to Miracle in the double.
It's just so much extra damage because of Grove Bow on top too, right? A couple Maelstrom procs, bam, like the hero just looks like it pops that much quicker.
Yeah, that's bumped up Miracle a good bit right now. 15k net worth, 3k ahead of mid-one's Luna right now.
It's going to give him the blanket to get his BKB finished up too. And we were mentioning, it can be a bit of a tough game for the Arc Warden because there's so many ways to get on top of him. But now BKB, you don't have to worry about that heavy magic damage that OG really does have.
And now they've got to worry about taking him down twice. The just smoke up from OG. They're going to still try and go.
Yep.
Again, that last fight was lost, and in a situation where NIGMA didn't even have to use their ultimates. There's still the Ravage and the Epicenter that OG smoking into here. So this is going to be a difficult fight for OG.
Trying to catch him off guard when they're split up here.
Looks like they're sort of prepared though. As Mind Control, he's already out in the trees. They'll find the real Arc Warden, but Miracle, he's able to walk away. Overgrowth holds them back. Toxic does not fit. They're taking the once. There's going to be the focus from VIrtus. He pops the Ravage, catches the three of them.
Miracle
doesn't quite finish off No-Tail. Mind Control committing the Epicenter only onto the Venge. A lot was used on the Vengeful Spirit, and you're right, this BKB, it doesn't save him. Thompson's got the physical damage with the Desolator build on the Void Spirit, and now OG, they can look for the cleanup. They've found two. Mind Control jumps away with the Burrow Strike. Sep tries to get the axes out. He's out with the TP. Anything to stop it? There isn't, so Mind Control will escape.
They got on top of the real Arc, and it was a DD on Thompson as he finishes up the Deso.
Yeah.
He just beelined it and stuck onto Miracle. Miracle got left alone. The rest of his team couldn't actually get there to help him.
It was very split up there. It's a little awkward. You had Weeha standing next to No-Tail. Sure, the Ravage did catch some of OG on the side of the fight, but it was away from anyone else on NIGMA. And then you had this jump in from Mind Control. Burrow Strike epicenters the Venge. It doesn't hit anyone else. They're just throwing everything onto No-Tail, and that's exactly what OG want.
Yeah, they actually just ditched. They put Miracle on an island. RMN was the only one who actually backed him up. Everyone else just kind of left him alone. Thompson with some great priority and targeting though, with this item build, with the DD, can stick on top of that Arc Warden pretty easily there. A lot of different items coming out. That was the Aegis fight too. They just crushed.
Tries to jump in, but there's the counterplay. Thompson's in with the silence. He's done. He's dead without buyback. Mind Control gone too. Thompson's just diving in. There'll be a buyback from GH.
He's dead as well.
Wait, whoa. Okay. All right. Well, this looked to be a close one, but after those last few plays, it's slipping away from NIGMA. It's slipping away from them. As OG, they're on the high ground. NIGMA's got to come in with some big plays right now. CRMN, overgrowth into nothing.
Miracle's back up though. He's on the high ground. OG backing up as they're a bit unhealthy now.
Oh, but they can't afford to just lose Weeha and Mind Control like this. These are the two heroes that need to be moving in at the front together when the team's alive, going out one by one, getting picked off, swapped out, and stunned up. You're never going to get your fight together without the Sand King and Tide live.
No, and they're going to have everything up again for OG because they're not really that reliant on their cooldowns. While the side of NIGMA is. They're jumping forward.
He's going to try and go on Thompson. If they got the damage, Thompson able to get the Dissimulate off to the side, jumps over with the Astral Step. He's dying slowly to the Flux. Is it enough to kill him? It isn't.
It's not. It was close.
He'll live. He's away.
Almost can get a kill again, but unable to. And now, after that last fight, everyone gets almost a full item. The core is
this is what you need to do, though. Quick with the smoke. Don't give OG a chance to reset, heal up, buy these items, get straight back in there with the ults.
And you know Thompson is full resetting. He lost the majority of his HP. They're looking for anybody here, but
they're playing safe, OG.
OG knows. They're looking at those side lanes, looking at mid. Nobody's showing on the map at all. They're aware of this.
Yeah, it was a good intention from NIGMA, but just a move that the OG were more than prepared for.
Aghanim's now finished up for Saksa, so you know he's been quietly committing. He's been quietly doing a lot inside of the fights with his stunts. Now he can do a bit.
He's walking in.
Okay.
He's got to be a little careful about being swapped away from the rest of his team.
There's a lot of damage that still goes through to him whenever that spirit gets on top of you. Even though you have pipe and all this, it's still so much damage that they can poke away from with magical.
Yeah, just not able to get a jump into OG at all.
No.
And OG's timings, we're having 15 seconds and Eclipse is back up. Very close to having a full Skadi on mid one, just about 1,000 gold off.
Oh, he keeps switching up his items. Okay, he had Butterfly Q, then he had Satanic, and now he's decided the Skadi, I guess.
The Skadi, what, excellent against the Arc Warden.
Yeah,
that's range
so nice. And it's great versus Tidehunter. It always constantly applies that slow. Even if he Krakens off, you hit him again, and it's tough for him to run away.
He's going to try and step in. See if they can do it here. They're opening up onto Luna. Mid one, trying to get away. Mind Control, he's off the mark with the stun. The Burrow Strike doesn't find Mid one, so the chance is there for the BKB to come out. The Storm does put them to sleep. OG will use the chance to get away.
Thompson, he's killing
actually
Miracle.
killing Miracle on the side. He's not going to be able to dive in any further. He's got to be careful now. The overgrowth setup. Weehar's on top. Has got the Ravage if he wants to pop it. The Burrow Strike in place. Thompson, he's going to jump out. Weehar holding the Ravage, not wanting to use it straight up. Maybe they've still got it. GH, he's got the catch. Telekinesis into the stolen remnant. GH gets the job done.
Oh, thank you, GH. Bet his whole team is saying that there. Level 18 Rubik, he's kind of putting the team on his back there with a lot of those catches there. Thompson with a very Thompson-esque move, overextending a little bit there, trying to go. He almost got it.
He nearly had him.
It was a huge play that he almost was able to achieve. He's probably like, team, where are you? But mid one, he had to be careful because he did get that BKB popped early. And now, you know, they still do have Ravage. So NIGMA pushing in those side lanes, both of the Arc Wardens pushing them in while they siege the mid.
Yeah, Miracle's farm still pretty insane here.
Yep. Okay, he switched back to the Satanic.
Okay.
He's feeling a little bit scared after having to pop the BKB, the burst. Still a lot of control he has to worry about too, so that status resist is nice.
Yeah, I mean, even with the stuns they have between the Burrow and the Ravage, it's...
Yeah.
Unless Miracle is just fully focusing him down with the double, he should live long enough to get the chance to pop the Satanic and BKB.
Yeah. Or time for the swap to come out or something along those lines. It'll help quite a bit there.
What do you have? BKB for Seb, MKB now for Miracle, so his damage output stepping up once again. Again, overall a close game, but both teams, there's sort of very different composition. Now you look at the gold for NIGMA, it's all on this Arc Warden. For OG, very much split between the three cores. Meaning that, you know, NIGMA, they're definitely at that risk, you know, if this Arc Warden gets found, as he has been a few times, you know, Thompson has been doing a great job of getting on top of Miracle and being close to bringing him out. Yeah, if they lose this Arc Warden, the fights are going to be over.
Absolutely. Weehar's trying his best. You can see he's just being this bodyguard. He's like, come at me, you know. He's just sitting on the high ground. Anyone who walks up, he's fine with it. He can just tank it to give that space to Miracle. But it is concerning, right? OG, their lineup is very strong at scaling still, too, anyway. Like, this Luna, the ET really makes the difference, too, in amplifying how much damage everyone does. And this ET, it's level 18. You can't forget about Soxa if he's able to get a good time where he gets, like, a 5-man Astral. He can run in and start punching himself.
I've got Octarine very close to being done on Thompson. And NIGMA, they have to do everything possible to protect Miracle at all costs.
Wherever Miracle goes,
just make
have to have Weeha there.
Yeah, Weeha, or even just mind control by his side, so there's going to be a Burrow Strike to jump anyone that looks to go upon him.
Look at Notail. He's just literally sitting in the swap range of mid one. Just never leaves that kind of positioning there because he knows he has to break the sequence of chain stuns in a lot of situations. A lot about those high ground claimings. You see NIGMA, they're really playing on that one. Same thing for OG. These initiations can change everything. Top lane is very pushed in here. Onto the side of OG.
OG themselves just going to ignore it for now.
Now they're going to TP Thompson over there. He's got a TP back up in about 40 seconds. Let's see if NIGMA instantly reacts to run to bottom. They are. But there's going to be a ward to spot them. They're going to try to catch on the retreat, though. Maybe try to claim a high ground themselves. Yeah, they're pinging it. They're smoked up as well, too. Getting a ward down.
They've got the combo.
They're walking through vision, though. Weeha. He is spotted immediately, too, by that Astral. It's going to connect onto 3 or 4 heroes. Jake jumping in.
Oh, he's hunting. And that's got the grab onto Seb.
They know Thompson's top.
Mind Control's going to look to Saxon. Notail's going to swap him out. Mid-one, he's just going to charge him with the Eclipse. He's going to be able to take out GH. Miracle beating into Saxa as he gets to begin the pull.
Yeah, just back on him.
He's there. Saxa's going to live a little longer. Still, though, Miracle has the physical damage to take him out. But now mid-one, he's on top of Miracle. Miracle's trying to run. Mid-one pops the Satanic, keeping himself healed up. Miracle can't get out. Thompson's in with the Astral Step. Miracle's down. Over towards Mind Control. They go. It's a triple kill for mid-one. Ravage is out from Weeha, but there isn't the follow-up. Weeha falls the double as well as out of the game. They just couldn't get it together. They're a little too split up from NIGMA. As mid-one able to run them down one by one with the Satanic, just proving too tanky to take out. And again, OG, they're being able to get on top of Miracle. Miracle isn't being protected.
And Thompson wasn't there at the start of that fight. Thompson was pushing out top. He joined late. What ended up happening was Miracle's trying to focus fire killing this Elder Titan as well as the Beastmaster and the Venge who are locked inside this Overgrowth, but Okay, they get a kill on RMN, trying to cut the creep wave there. Nice play by Topson, but this ET is actually tanky. He got the Astral back in time. A couple extra seconds really makes the difference. Yeah, he gets him down to half HP, and then the rest of them just show up for the cleanup.
Oh, and then we have Topson here going for the flashy build, level 25, not taking the Dissimulate stun, going for the extra damage with this Death Stun.
With the Death Stun, for sure. I mean, Topson was one of the few that did that for a long time. He did the double crit. Remember the double Crystallis build as well, when it was OP. And now onto the high ground, quick. 20 seconds, no Arc Warden.
Oh, Topson, he's hunting in the trees and he's found him. That's a buyback. RMN's going to go down. He's out of the game for 75. They have a repair kit, but Midbon and Seb, they're punching through it with that boosted attack speed from the Inner Beast. As we are stepping up. No Ravage still for 70 seconds.
There's still a lot of damage that comes through.
Diving in. Topson is straight up towards the fountain underneath the tier 4s, pushing them back. As Topson, is he really getting away with this? It's going to be the swap on GH. GH. He's able to jump out with the stolen Astral Step. Miracle's now starting to push them back. A big moment of the epicenter as Mind Control. He gets him, but Midbon, BKB, Satanic. He turns. Mind Control's gone. Another hero dead with that buyback. OG get the racks. They kill off 2. GH is still trying to catch someone. He jumps forward.
Midbon's still strong.
Topson, he's going to go back in with the step. He's low on mana. Topson's just going to TP out in front of them all.
Oh, man. That is just pure confidence.
There's now 10k ahead, OG. They've opened up a set of racks.
So many more items now being picked up for them. Just a luxury being dropped into their side. I believe the Luna now has, what, full Aghanims? Is it done? I saw him have... Okay, he actually got the full Scotty, sorry. So full Scotty finished up. That is a huge fight for them there.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, Miracle, he's got 5,000 gold. He's able to build the majority of the Satanic there, but he's, like we said, it's just him on an island, and there's just too many things he really has to deal with in the midst of these fights. Everyone just jumps on him. They know that's the main priority. Sure, there's some damage coming out from this Epicenter. Sure, there's some damage coming out from the Rubik and all that, but the majority really is just the Arc Warden. It's getting to that point where it's all on Miracle with the control that he's provided from his teammates, and yeah, they've got a lot of items now, and now an Aegis to boot.
This is going to be very hard for NIGMA to deal with in the fight.
They couldn't get mid one-to-ones. He's got a full Scotty on top and Aegis and Cheese.
He is just huge right now on this Luna.
Or someone else. Topson maybe has the Cheese at least, but yeah.
Queuing up the Rapier next as well, because why not? He feels pretty unkillable in these fights. He trusts No-Tail to save him.
I swear I've seen Topson have every single rune as well this game. He has a DD again. He always has a haste, a DD, something. He's just always watching those runes on this hero.
I'll see what the approach is going to be from NIGMA. Again, you know, even with the ults up, they've struggled to find fights in their favor. As just across the board, the 3 cores of OG, I mean, the 2 in particular, Topson and Midbon, are just such a handful to deal with, even if they do catch them in the initial Ravage. There's No-Tail.
They find Weehaw on the front.
He's just going to walk up and start things. Topson's going to jump over towards RMN. A 4-star will get RMN back to safety. They're playing around with Weehaw, and again, another swap. No-Tail gets Weehaw back to Midbon. Weehaw, he's going to be saved by the Invis, but they have the dust. They've got the detection. Weeha's gone.
Let me look at this Elder Titan. He takes the 100% cleave down.
That's going to be the buyback coming out. Topson, he's in with the grab. GH, Mind Control finds the burst strike. He's the overgrowth. Got the lockdown. Jesus pop. Topson, will he live? He won't. They take down Topson. Seb in with the roar. The Earth Splitter comes out to Miracle. And the Tempest double Midbon. He's cleaning up the Arc Warden and his double. As Miracle's out of the game, no buyback. Weehaw chased back to the base, back to the fountain. As OG cleaning up. NIGMA just can't get the job done. They can't get the team fight together. They're too far behind.
And Topson knows he can play this risky super dive. He was probably going to do it anyway if he didn't have buyback, but in this one he has buyback, so jumps in, they throw all the spells on him, he buys back.
And they're cleaning up the game here.
Clean the game, yep.
I mean, this game a little closer between the 2. But again, OG and again, Topson, Tiny popping off. Is it the hero pops off in game 1 and this game 2, the Void Spirit. They just couldn't deal with it every single fight. Midbon will make sure he's got a Rapier there for the scoreboard. As this game is over in the series, it's done and dusted here. OG 2-0 here against NIGMA. And game 1 was not close at all. Game 2, definitely a bit more fire, but again, it just really felt that the team play from OG, NIGMA just couldn't match.